All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Real Expert webinar with Kaplan. We got a couple special guests today, and we're going to get started in about, I would say about 35, 40 seconds. So you got a couple seconds, you can go grab a coffee, grab a kombucha, grab whatever you want, and come on back. Dana and Neil, can you both hear me okay?
Yeah, loud and
Yes.
clear.
Oh, very good. All right. So everybody, you should be able to hear us and see us. You're going to want to have your chat windows open. And I'm going to go ahead and just type a message where I'm coming from. I'm coming from St. Paul, Minnesota. And go ahead and drop in the chat where you're coming to us from. And once again, we'll get started in about 15 seconds. So there we go. Franklin, Tennessee. Neil. Very nice. All right. Tyler, Elkhart, Indiana. Very good. All right. People are rolling in. So as people come on in, and then we're gonna do this. It's gonna take us about a half an hour to 35 minutes, everybody. If you have questions, it might go a little bit longer, which is good. We have two experts here today from Realty Connect, which is a referral brokerage. And you're going to learn everything you want to know about what referrals are, what the networks are, and what kind of a referral brokerage looks like. So, hope you're excited for that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start the countdown, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. Dana, Neil, ready?
Let's do
Ready.
it.
Very good. All right. In five, four, hello, everybody. I'm Toby Shifsky. I'm Vice President of Kaplan Real Estate Education, and you're here for a Real Expert webinar. Today, we have two guests, and our title of our webinar is Stay in the Game. Why Realty Connect is the ultimate tool for Kaplan graduates. That's got a whole bunch behind that. I want you guys to take a look at that title, but understand we're going to really break down what referrals are, what a referral network is, what a referral brokerage is, how you can make money in referral without having to give up your license if for some reason life takes you in another direction. So I've got two experts here today. Dana and Neil, thank you for being here.
Toby, thanks for
Having
having
us.
us.
Very good. So Dana Jensen's founder and CEO of Realty Connect. Dana Jensen knows what it feels like to lose everything in real estate. Dana, this is like a rags to riches story. I like this. And I was around in 2008, I know, because it happened to him too. When the housing market crashed in 2008, so did Dana's career. He didn't want to quit and lose his license, but he couldn't afford to keep paying MLS fees, association dues, realtor expenses, all those things. Without them, no broker could take him on. So he didn't fit their model. So he built his own. In 2015, Dana founded Realty Connect to give agents an easy and affordable way to protect their license and stay ready for future opportunities without the overhead that forces most agents out of the industry. Since then, Realty Connect has grown into a nationwide brokerage licensed in all 50 states, helping thousands of agents to take their license in new direction every year. Dana is also one of the few real estate brokers. This is amazing, by the way. Licensed in all 50 states. Dana, thank you for your perseverance. You are a glutton for punishment, and
Yeah, thank you. And we'll get into the strategy behind that and why we expanded nationwide, being licensed in all 50 states as we go. But yeah, it was a heck of a task to get that done.
oh my gosh. Yeah, no kidding. All right, so let's do this. I'm going to introduce Neo. Give us the big screen here. So Neo is kind of the guy behind the green curtain making everything work, I think. Executive manager broker at Realty Connect. Neil Walker is the operational force behind nationwide brokerage licensed in all 50 states. He oversees compliance, agent support, and the technical systems that keep thousands of agents moving in the right direction. He also manages the company's network of over 90,000 top-rated agents nationwide. Neil brings a builder's mindset to everything he touches, equal parts data-driven, detail-obsessed, and with a philosophy that's simple. Measure twice, cut once, just like every great carpenter. If Dana built the vision, Neo makes sure it actually works. Neo's path to this role spans over a decade of experience across real estate, mortgage lending, sales, and business development, including a master's degree from Full Sail University in Business and Management. Dana, Neo, thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you for the opportunity. We appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah. So how about this? I just want to start with kind of the concept of referrals and what they are in the industry. But what I want to do though is we have a bunch of people on, and I want to kind of gear the conversation towards the people that we have attending. And so I'm going to ask a poll question. First off, I want to really understand because we have a lot of people who are sitting in real estate licensing that come to these. We have people who've been in the business for 30 plus years like me who come to these. And so I want to understand who's in the audience. So let me go ahead and ask a poll question. I'm going to ask you, everybody, take a second to answer the poll question. How long have you had your real estate license? And please, if you're on your phone, you may need to swipe to the next screen to find the poll question pop up. If you could, but just take about a couple seconds more. How long have you had your real estate license? I'm currently taking classes. Good for you. Look at you. It just your brain is open for knowledge, and you're here to learn more to super experienced people about referrals and referral networks and referral brokerages here today. So less than 3 years, 3 to 5 years, 5 to 10, 10 plus years. And like I thought, we would have just about people in just about every single category. So I also want to let you know these polls are anonymous. So nobody sees your name attached to this. And I always share the results. So everybody gets to play along. All right, here we go. And there's the results. So 63% of you are taking a class. This is good for you. This is really good stuff. There isn't a lot of information about referral networks in licensing education. So this will be good for you. Less than 3 years. We have nobody in here less than 3 years. No, we got 3 to 5 years, 13%, 5 to 10 years, 0. But look at this, 10 plus years. We got 13% in 10 plus years. And how about this? 13% people who says, I'm just looking to get my license. You come to the right place. This is it. This is Kaplan. This is what we do. We bring you information and knowledge, and we do it on a regular basis with professionals within the industry. So let's start at the beginning here. It looks like we got a nice smattering. By all means, everybody, ask your questions in the chat. We got Jamie Cashalong, who is with Kaplan. She's a producer for this program. She will actually help as a moderator and can answer a bunch of questions. But we'll also be looking at it to answer specific questions. All of us, me, Neo, and Dana. So Dana and Neo, I'll let you guys figure out kind of who answers the question. But let me just start with the first off. And it's kind of a high level just to make sure, because we got some people that are in licensing here and people have been in the business for a short period of time. What is a referral? And how does that work? How can I make money off of giving up a client to somebody else? Tell us how that works.
Yeah, Neil, I'll go and kick it off, and then you weigh in, please. Um, that's a great question. And for everyone here who is already a current licensed agent, looks like we have some veterans here, 3, 5 years, 10 plus years, and so forth. So you've probably already made a referral. Most of you have already made a referral. So you have your normal your business that you're running, helping people buy and sell homes, most likely. And then you have somebody that doesn't fit that mold. They're buying or selling in a different state. Maybe it's a friend, family, somebody that you know. You are unable to serve them. Maybe someone's buying at a price point that you can't accommodate, whatever the reason. So these are all referral opportunities. So when for some of the new agents here, folks that are studying, cool thing about real estate, there's 100 different things that you could do with the license. Making referrals is just one of them, but referrals is part of the everyday business that you're going to be in as well. So anytime that you have somebody that you're not able to serve personally, you typically refer that off to another agent who does serve that market, that niche, that type of whatever the client's goals are doing better than maybe what you can. And in return, you get paid a referral fee. Our referral fees generally, ours are 30%, they're guaranteed, but a general referral fee is 25%, 30%, etc.
Got it.
Yeah,
Got it. So
Neil,
let me,
what I missed there?
yeah,
Yeah,
go ahead.
I think it's important when we talk about a referral is really just the basis of connecting a client to a realtor, right? So you're connecting someone who is looking to be represented to buy or sell to someone who can actually represent them. And to Dana's point, whether it's because you're not able to, maybe it's because you're in a different stage of life. Maybe just a there's something there that you don't feel comfortable moving forward with that person, whatever it is, right? There's hundreds of reasons, but the ultimate beginning and end is there's a client who needs assistance. You're not able to assist them, and now you're able to connect them with someone who can assist them, someone that you trust and you know is going to do a good job. And then from there, you get paid essentially a finder's fee, a referral fee, for doing that business, for
Got it.
connecting those people.
So I think we're going to talk about some of these applications and what that actually means. I mean, for myself, I'm a licensed agent, and I refer. I don't do commercial, and so when I get a client who I've sold their house, but now they're like, gosh, you know what? I got to sell my 16-acre light industrial property, and they come to me and say, can you help us out? I'm like, I could help you, but I'm not an expert at light industrial property, and so let me bring my friend in over here who is a commercial agent who's used to serving, and let me introduce you to, Ryan. And and then I have an agreement with Ryan or a referral agreement to say, hey, Ryan, I'm gonna give you this client, and if they accept you and take you on, and you actually do a transaction for them, I'm going to get a piece of your commission as a referral fee back to me, right? And so, and I think you said, Dana, 30% is, it's like 20, 25, 30%, but that's not bad. If it's a big enough deal and you didn't have to do the work, you just brought the client. So that's the essential nature, I think, of referrals, right? This is what we're talking
Absolutely.
about. So
Yes,
let me
definitely.
let me do this. I'm going to ask another quick poll question, everybody, just to kind of gauge everybody's where we're at. Now, I know some of you have never done a referral, but I'd like to know for those who have experience, um, have you ever made a referral and received a commission? I got to tell you what, everybody play along, but yes, not yet, or tell me what a referral is. So if that we still haven't kind of explained it, you're going to get more as we go through this for sure. So go ahead, everybody, take a whack at this. Oh, they're coming in quick. Everybody's doing fast. Very good. All right. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to end it. I'm going to share the results. Nobody here has made a referral.
Good.
All right. All right. So this is great. This is where you're going to learn. You're going to learn everything about what a referral is, where you can do it, right? Where it's legal to do it, and how it works. And then I think you're going to learn more, which is, what does it look like if I just wanted to be a referral agent? I can't afford to or don't want to be working with clients directly, but I got a lot of people I connect with that I can connect with other experts. So we're going to talk about that too. So look at that. 89% not yet, 11% tell me what a referral is. So, all right, here we go. And okay, so let's ask this question. Um, on this referral stage, first off, do I need to be licensed in order to receive a referral fee from a broker or brokerage anywhere?
That's a great question. The answer is yes. That
Okay.
is one of the benefits that referral brokerages offer is when you're licensed with a referral brokerage, your license remains active with the real estate commission. And as you're taking your courses, you'll learn some of this if you haven't learned already. Uh, in order to get paid, your license must be active, right? That means that your license is with a brokerage. The real estate commission can see and say, okay, there is a broker that is overseeing all of your activities, making sure you're doing everything the way you're supposed to do it. And because of that, that does allow you the opportunity to make a referral fee when making a referral. And it looks like someone did ask, Vincentia did ask, do you have to be licensed to refer someone? Technically, you don't have to be licensed to make a referral, but in order to get paid for the referral, you do. And that's where your license being active is key.
Got it. Got it. And
Dana,
so so to kind of add on to this, so do I need to be licensed not only in the state, like I'm just licensed in Minnesota myself. If I want to refer somebody to somebody in Washington state, do I need to be licensed in Washington State to make a referral? Because I know for regular real estate, I can't just because I got a license in Minnesota, I can't go to Wisconsin and sell a home to somebody and earn a commission. I can't do that. I have to be licensed in Wisconsin. Can I refer somebody to Washington State and still receive a referral fee for that?
Yes, 100%. So, like Neo was saying, in order to receive a commission, the only legal way to receive a commission is from your broker. That means you need to have a real estate license active, and it needs to be with a broker. When you have a referral that you're, Toby, in your case, someone in Washington State. You don't need to be licensed in, you just need to have one license in one state in order to refer in all 50 states. So that's the benefit of being a referral agent, is that you're not just limited to doing business in the state that you're licensed in, or you're taking your exam prep in.
Yeah.
Being a referral agent, you actually can do business nationwide, which opens up a big opportunity for a lot of agents who don't realize that they can do that.
Got it. So as a regular course in my business, if I'm an active working agent, which we have some people on here, by all means, guys, throw in your comments or stories too. So some of you people have been here 10 plus years, share your stories, but um, it actually becomes a part of my business when I'm an active agent. If I get a client that wants to buy a property in an area or maybe in a classification like commercial that I'm not an expert on, I refer them regularly to people who do live in that area, who know it well and work it well. I mean, it could be 3 hours away, vacation property in northern Minnesota, whatever. Having those connections is a part of a regular business you're going to want to have, and they can do that in just about every brokerage in America will recognize that you can refer a client and receive a referral fee back to your brokerage, and your broker pays you that referral fee subject to your splits with your brokerage and all that kind of stuff. So, uh, but I think what we're gonna slide into here too is, how does that work? And then is there because there's in my regular course of business, there's also charges and costs that we have. And I think we're going to talk about that in a little bit too. When you're fully active license and you're selling and buying and proceeding, you've got MLS dues, you got all these things. And some of that changes in some of these opportunities that I think we're going to talk about in a second. But let me ask a question for Dana. So um, how about this? Uh, well, let me ask a poll question because I think this kind of sets up our conversation. I'm sorry, I just thought about it. We have a poll question. Everybody, just so we're all clear, if you're licensed in a state and your license is active and with a broker, how many states can you give a referral business to and receive a fee? I think we're going to launch this poll real quick. Everybody, take a look at this. And this was kind of cemented in your head. How many states are you legally licensed to earn a referral fee? If you have your original license in your state, how many states can you earn a referral fee in? A little bit of a trick question. Go ahead. It's all anonymous. Nobody's going to know if you got it right or wrong. All good. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and share in 3, 2, 1. The answers are one state, the one you're licensed in, most likely, right? And now, can you do that? Dana, Neil, can I refer somebody in the state I'm licensed in right now? Can I do that and receive a referral? Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
How about my state in each border state? So there's some special thing if it's a border state. I guess there's like a special rule, or is it just that, yeah, I can do it in every border state if I have border states?
Yeah, the state that you're in, any state that's surrounding you, any state that you know have friends, family, or people that you know that's where they're at, and that even includes one of the questions that you had, like international. You can make referrals internationally to Europe, to Canada. We've had it before.
Yeah, so everybody's I'm going to end the poll and I'm going to share the results. And so that's the answer, everybody. Dana just hit it right out of the park. The answer is you can refer somebody anywhere in the world and receive a referral fee. I mean, not only every state, but every U.S. territory and every country even. So now that we kind of understand what a referral is, and once again, ask questions, guys. If you don't understand what a referral is, it's basically where you send a client to some other professional who's licensed to do the job. They close on a deal with that client, and they share their commission back to your brokerage, who you get your referral fee from. Okay.
Yeah, Toby, we try to simplify when we think about referrals. It's we refer things every day, right? Like we refer our favorite movies, we refer places to eat, we refer all kinds of things. The difference is you can get paid for it here legally. that's that's the key. It's introducing someone based on their need to someone who can take care of them.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it.
And
Okay.
and just real quick, a lot of since we have kind of a mixed crowd of folks that are getting licensed, already licensed, and so for anybody that's watching right now or anybody that watches the replay later on, you might be thinking to yourself, why the heck would I give my client away to somebody? Why not just take them personally? So that's a great question. Toby hit on one. Like maybe it's not your specialty. You know, you do residential and someone's buying a commercial property, and that's probably you're not going to be able to effectively serve that client or in the capacity that they probably need to in order to do a good job. So that's when you referred out. You're out of state. You're over your skis with your depth of your knowledge base with what you can do, or you're on vacation. All right. I mean, they say that's the number one way to instantly get as much business, more business that you can handle is go on vacation, right? So if those if those are the situations that you find yourself in, I mean, if there's medical issues, there's a variety of reasons that agents refer clients all the time. It's very common in this industry.
Yeah. So we had a question from Amber. When you refer to another state, how do you know when they sold to get the referral? How does
Yeah,
that happen in
Amber.
the regular world?
Yeah, Neil, you want to tackle that one?
Yeah, so it's different for different brokerages, right? We can't speak for every brokerage. What we can do is speak to a process that we know works. And it kind of depends on the brokerage, right? So that's where asking questions before you join a brokerage is important. The systems that we know work, we do all of our referrals electronically. So the benefit is that when you create your referral, when you submit your referral, there is a referral agreement that must be signed. And that referral agreement is signed by both sides of the party. The party that is doing the referral, submitting the referral, as well as the party that's receiving the referral. And the broker of that party is ultimately the one who is designed to sign that agreement so that when the funds come into the brokerage, so let's say Dana sent me a referral. If I'm the receiving broker, if Toby is my top line, if he's the broker in charge, he's going to know when he gets a check that check is supposed to be split between myself and the person who submitted the referral. And because of with our systems, it's all tracked electronically. There's no missing parts. Um, with other brokerages, it just depends on how they do that. But that referral agreement is meant to seal the fact that when that check comes in, you're going to get your portion. Knowing when that deal closes is a little bit different, and again, that it's different for every brokerage. But our acting receiving broker will keep us up to date with every step of the process so we're never confused and we're never lost in the process as well.
Yeah. Good point. I mean, there's a certain amount of trust in the system, and I do think the way you guys handle it, it kind of really whittles it down to a pretty secured bit of transaction. So I just did a referral this year. It was a friend of ours who had a small property, North Carolina, very rural, 2 acre piece. It was a $23,000 lot and 25% referral fee. So I found the agent, I talked to them, they were the expert, and it was a contract. So literally, you have a contract, this one that was done was a paper contract with that agent, and had to go back and forth, and it's fine. But I was subject to the other agent letting me know when it closed and the other broker. And so whatever you can do, whatever system you're in, you got to make sure you have a contract and that the terms are agreed upon. And then, you know, what's nice is if you have a system or technology in place that helps make sure that everything's above board and done properly. So I think we're going to talk about that in a little bit, but um, all right. So let me ask a question. So let's say we understand referral fees. We know that it's a regular part of business, but and anybody can do it as long as you're licensed and you get a contract with the other brokerage for that agent, right? And that they're on the up and up, and they come back. Having tools, we're going to find out is really kind of the way to go. But I wanted to ask a question because the reason we have Neo and Dana here is they actually run a brokerage that is just referral agents, people who said, "Listen, I'm not going to actively list and sell properties anymore. I don't want to have to pay dues and fees. Um, I want to have a very controlled expense, and so I just want to do referrals. I have know a lot of people, and I like to connect experts with my friends and associates. As a matter of fact, how does that work, guys? How does it work at a referral only brokerage? Because that's what you do, right? It's a
Yes.
referral only brokerage. And so, let me just ask if an agent joins a referral only brokerage, is their license still active? Do they still have to do like continuing education and that kind of stuff?
Yes, that would be required by the state guidelines because if an agent does not renew their license or they don't complete their CE, the state will deactivate that license. Your license will become inactive. Um, so that's the other fees that are involved with continuing keeping the license active.
Got it. So really the state dictates, because I do know there are some states that says, oh, you don't have to do continuing education. But what are the advantages of going to, like, if I'm not going to be actively selling real estate, but I don't want to give up my license because I've been done sit or you know what, I want to slowly build my network. What are the advantages of a referral only network or a referral only brokerage? What are some of those advantages?
Really, I mean, right off the bat, there's just a big difference between the amount of investment that you need to make to maintain license. So everyone here, they either have a license or they're obtaining their license. And as we all know, it takes hundreds of hours and thousands of dollars to obtain a real estate license. So but the reality is there comes a point in every agent's career when it's time to take a step back, whether it's they're retiring, recareering, doing something else. And since they've made that investment, there's really not another option with real estate. It's either you're all in or you're all out, and that's the issue that we identified because there's a lot of agents that aren't doing transactions. Like this doesn't make sense to pay a couple $1,000s a year in MLS fees and realtor dues. I'm not doing any transactions, but they don't want to just let their license go inactive. So
Right.
that's really the marketplace that we have that we offer agents the opportunity. It's to keep the license active, easy, affordable way. So it's only $100 a year to keep your license active. It's with a brokerage, it's with Realty Connect, and you're able to make referrals. When we talked earlier about, hey, you can make referrals as a agent right now. Like anybody who's an agent, you can make a referral in all 50 states. So you're also paying the thousands of dollars and all the fees to do that. So
Yes.
that's really where we come in and we say no MLS fees, no realtor dues, because none of our agents are practicing agents. They don't write contracts, they don't hold open houses, they don't represent clients. So the people say, well, why the heck would I want to do that? Well, it doesn't make sense for every agent. It makes sense for agents if they're in that stage of their life or that stage of their career when it does make sense because you've invested in the license. Now you keep it. It's $100 a year and you monetize the relationships that you have, your sphere of influence, and that you've built over the years. And you can
Mhm.
serve past clientele, your next door neighbors, friends, family, people that you know, all 50 states. And to be able to do that for just $100 a year is a really affordable way for agents to go, especially if they are not in the game.
Ah,
Yeah,
So
to piggyback off that, and I don't mean to shift a little bit, but I do want to. Part of the question kind of led to Thomas's question,
yeah,
and I'd love to answer that. And Thomas asked, if I'm with Keller Williams now, do I have to drop them to become a part of Realty Connect? And the answer is not quite as straightforward as yes, because there are actually a couple ways where you can join Realty Connect without dropping your brokerage. They're very specific and they're unique. Some of it's based on your state. There are some states like North Carolina where you can have a secondary broker. We have agents right now who are with, I'll use Keller Williams as an example just because that was the one that was used first. But their primary license is held with Keller Williams. Their secondary is held with Realty Connect. So although they have one license, the state real estate commission allows them to hold it in two different places. Not every state's like that, and that's actually more. It's more rare than it is a
yeah,
thing.
I think that's
Um,
pretty
there's a
rare,
hand.
but it
It's a
is a thing.
handful of states, but it's worth checking, right? The second way is if you have more than one license, meaning like for Dana has 50, right? We can always go back to that. He's
Don't
got
do
all
50.
50.
Don't do 50.
I've got three myself.
Yeah,
One of them could be held with a different brokerage. Like let's say my Florida license could be held with Realty Connect, but my Colorado license might be held with Keller Williams, right?
sure.
In that scenario, you still have all of the benefits of a Realty Connect agent as well as the benefits of the Keller where your license is held with Keller Williams, right? Maybe you just do representing buyers and sellers in Colorado, but you do referrals everywhere else because you're able to with Realty Connect. So it's not quite a cut yes or no. It's really based on the situation, what you're doing, and whether or not the state allows it in that for that particular scenario.
In
Got
a
it.
common scenario where people will have multiple licenses, which I think there's like 5% of all agents have more than one license. A common one is they move. We just talked to an agent yesterday. We were doing an agent interview. She was telling her success story about the referral that she recently had to some of our new agents. And she originally started her career in Texas, but then moved to Colorado. Well, she didn't want to practice real estate in Colorado. She wanted to just keep the Texas license active because if there's future ambitions with that license, maybe she's going to move back to Texas and wants to kind of keep everything,
Yeah.
keep the license intact so she can use it again when she's ready.
So instead of letting it go inactive, where in a lot of states you may have to do all your education and testing again if your license goes inactive. In many states, you have to make up all the CE that you've missed and pay a fee on top of it to reactivate your license. So it really is on a state by state basis. But for me personally, getting back to Thomas's question, Thomas. You can already do referrals, I'm sure, at Keller Williams or any brokerage. But the model that these guys are talking about is a referral only brokerage. You're not doing sales, you're not doing anything else. And why would you do that? Well, they got some really nice tools that make referrals easy, and you don't have to pay all the other dues and fees that most big brokerages or small brokerages require you to pay, like MLS dues and association dues and all these other fees in order to stay in a referral only brokerage. So those are some of the real benefits to it. But Neo, I never thought of that you could be licensed in one state with a brokerage and be licensed in another state. Okay, you got to do the licensing education, get passed, come to Kaplan. That'd be good. But yeah, you could take one of those licenses and say, I'm going to make this a referral.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
reciprocity is a big thing too. There are a lot of states that offer partial and full recognition for reciprocity. That allows you to easily get second states. You typically have to do some form of education. It's usually less, but Kaplan, right? And then once you have that education, you do the application. Now you have your reciprocal license in multiple states.
In order to get a reciprocal license, number one rule is the license must be active. So that's another great reason for agents to be a Realty Connect agent. The license is active, they can reciprocate in the other state. But the biggest difference between why you wanted to keep the license active versus that inactive status, right, that we were just talking about, is that you legally the only way you can accept payment is from your broker, which requires the active license.
All right. So I think we've described some of those advantages. Let me ask a question. Uh, what if agents say, "Gosh, you know what? I'm just starting out. I got an opportunity to do something else for a little bit. I don't want to let my license go. I want to keep it someplace where it doesn't cost me a lot of money, but where I can actually make money if I need to." Oh, holy smokes! I just lost half of my screen. Am I still here with everybody?
We got you.
Yeah, we can
Oh,
see you.
good. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna roll on. So
Uh-oh.
can't see you, but you can see me. So this is good. Uh, uh, people come in and they say, I want to keep my license active, but I'm not going to actively sell. I just want to be able to refer. And and they come and let's say they join. Well, let's say it's a referral brokerage. Um, can they go back to active? How does that work then? How does that transfer work?
Yeah, so very easily. So with joining Realty Connect is a very easy process. It's all online through our website. It a lot of people think this is unbelievable, but it takes you less than 5 minutes, and that even includes the transfer of your license. Now, to if you are a Realty Connect agent and then you have an opportunity to transfer out is just as easy. It's just whatever that new broker's process is, and you go through that, and then the license transfer process. But it's very easy to move a license. And Toby, one point on that, and then I'll let Neo follow up on this. We actually have some agents that use us, I mean, for lack of a better term, like a revolving door. They don't have a transaction right now. They don't have anything in the pipeline in the future. So they're like, well, it doesn't make sense to pay the $2,000, $3,000 a year with all the fees and dues. I don't have any clients. So they park their license with us temporarily. When they have a
Yep,
transaction, they just go back to their previous broker, do that, or new broker, do that transaction, and then come on back. We have agents that do that all the time.
got it.
And it's 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 really actually one of our goals for to be specific to Realty Connect. We can't speak for everyone again, but it is one of our goals to help our agents excel to that next step or go back to it if that's what they want to do. We do offer training, we offer resources, we offer tools, marketing tools, and we are under the mindset that if we can have a referral agent making 2 to 3 referrals every year, 2 to 3, that's all you need. That 2 to 3 referrals can translate to a full-time active practicing representing agent, right? So at
Yeah.
that point, we have a program called Real Estate Restart. And for agents who are interested, they go through the training, they start the practice of making those interactions, turning those conversations into opportunities, and then they're able to take their own opportunities back. And when they do move on to whatever that brokerage is, it's not us because we don't
Two
have agents who
transactions.
practice or represent, but we're happy to help you get to wherever that next step is. And that's truly one of our goals is to help educate, retrain them, and return them back if that's what they want to do.
Yeah,
So
have them
you,
graduate back into a career in real estate sales, whether it's part-time, full-time, or however that they want to approach it.
well, you know what? I'll give you an example. My wife, was an acting agent for 5 years. We had a child that took a lot of care and need, and she stopped practicing real estate.
Yeah.
And if she'd had a place to park that license and just make a referral fee and continue her continuing education without all the extra costs, she would have done that because when she had to fire her license back up again, there was a lot of work to be done, a state exam to be passed again,
Yeah.
right? Uh, thank goodness I had a lot of good exam prep at Kaplan for her.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But that would have been a great place for her to be because, like I said, it would have eased her back into the industry also. So let me ask you a question. Can somebody really make a career out of just being a referral agent? Tell everybody, like, is there somebody out there? I have this belief that there's got to be somebody out there that's figured this out. And do you have just career referral agents out there?
Let me hit on a couple examples, and then you might have a few too. But
Yeah.
recently, we celebrated one of our agents who did 22 referrals in the past 12 months. So that is a lot of referrals. And the reason that she has so many referrals, her day job, her full-time job is an insurance agent, property casualty. So she's having these conversations with all her clients, and she's at the beginning when they find out they're changing insurance needs because of whatever reason they're moving. She finds out, she says, "Hey, I know someone who can help you." Puts them into the network. I mean, she's one of our very successful agents. So that's our average referral fee is $3,200. So you can do the math on that times 22. That's a pretty good side gig. But we've had referral checks as bigger, over $32,000 before, just one check. So it can really, range. And those are some of the examples that I've seen. So Neil, you probably have a few too.
Yeah, we do have, and Toby, to your direct question, we have agents who make this a career, but usually it's usually connected to something else that they're already doing,
Yeah.
right? Like typically we're not finding agents who are trying to go outside the box or reinvent something. They say, hey, I'm interacting with people every day anyway. Whatever it is, it's the gym, your job, whatever it is, school. And then they're like, okay, well, how can I turn that conversation into a way to make money? And that's what we offer, right? That's where the referral side comes in, because it really does become passive when you get good at it, right?
Well,
Like you
you're
make the
just
introduction,
stacking it on top of
that's
your
it.
day job, and
Yep.
especially your insurance agent example.
Oh
That's
yeah.
brilliant. Oh my
It's
God.
just conversations. And when you understand how to have those conversations without it feeling like you're selling something, right?
Yeah.
That's the tricky part. That's the part that most agents kind of fall back on, is they're afraid to sound salesy.
Yeah.
But when you understand you're not selling it, you're simply there to help. You're there to offer a solution. And when you present it that way and you become good at that, we absolutely have agents who have proven that model over and over again.
I feel like I need a referral agreement with all the different contractors and helpers that I refer to homeowners to, fix up stuff. But that's kind of
Yeah.
it, right? If I'm in one of
Yeah.
those adjacent industries, or if I'm just a super connector, I know people who are, they got 500, 600, 1,000 friends on Facebook who listen to
Yeah.
every day. What are they, and they listen to you and they trust you. And
Mhm.
and you have an opportunity to connect them with people. The referral industry is just another stack on top.
Mhm.
I love that. You know what? I think Jamie Cash put into the chat there, everybody, if you're interested in what a real referral only brokerage and national brokerage. In fact, I think, aren't you the only national, all 50 state referral only brokerage, right? I
That's
think
it.
you are. Yeah,
Yeah,
real.
that's
Go take a look there. That gets some information for you. And if you're really interested, I'm sure that Realty Connect is interested in talking to you. Guys, we are at the end of our program. I want to say thank you so much for coming today and sharing kind of this hidden part of the real estate industry that I think people become more and more clever about their business. And your guys' business, I think, is super clever. I think it's hard getting there. Dana, I can't believe you're licensed in all 50 states. Remember the first time I met you, I'm like, I got to meet this guy. Oh, he's licensed in all 50 states. What
who else would be that crazy, right?
who would be that crazy? And Neil, it's been a pleasure to meet you. Everybody, if you got more questions, go to the our community. Jamie Cash, I'm sure will drop a link into the chat for everybody and continue the conversation on referrals. And once again, don't be afraid to ask your instructors at Kaplan if you need more information about how referrals work, what the logistics and legal part of it is. They can help you as always. So thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate you both for being here today.
No, thanks for the
Absolutely.
invite and appreciate you letting
Thank you,
us
everyone.
come on and talk to your alumni too. So thanks, Toby. Appreciate it.
Very good. Thank you, everybody.
All right.